Yeah.
We are going to be going to Division 3 today. We have Yoshi Family Odyssey versus Rotom Wash. Tell me a little bit about both of these teams, Miles. I'm very intrigued.
Well, this is the world-renowned Yoshi Family too, so I'm super excited to see how they stack up, of course. Both of these teams, might I add, are 1-2. So they're fighting for that coveted 2-2 spot in the division. But yeah, I mean, Yoshi Family Odyssey is a... Oh, actually, we got into some of the standings for Division 3. I'll get to that first. So yeah, we have Buzz and BDD, two North American-ish teams that are leading the division right now, followed by Dynamite, the Stick, V2, and UB, who are all 1-1 or 1-0. And then Rotom Wash, Yoshi Family Odyssey, and Soul and MT are all 0-1 or 0-2. So
yeah, obviously this is the week 1 stats, so things are going to be a bit different now. I know that version 2 lost, I think actually forfeited both of their matches this week.
Yeah.
Rotom Wash and YF are 1 and 2, of course. So, the spots are looking a little bit different than they were in this graphic. But the main thing to keep in mind here is that with our new format, the top 6 teams are going to move on to playoffs. So if you see that 1-0-2 record, it's not as bad as it might have been previously. You're looking to be on the edge of that advancement place. And that's exactly where both of these teams are going to be right now. So, yeah. If we're trying to get into some lineups, we can see who we're dealing with today. On the side of Yoshi Family Odyssey, we're going to have Caspar, Chat Ninja, Cynthia, who's going to be our POV, Dahlia, Equinox, and Yugo. And there you can see the record. They've taken a loss versus Buzz today and also a win versus MT. And for the side of Rotom Wash, that's going to be an Italian team. Dugo, who is our other POV, Gecko, Marcus, Multi, Nico, and Soma. And you can see their matches 3 and 4, win versus MT, and a loss versus Dynamite. So that is what we're dealing with today. I think, room's been up for a while. We should be able to take a look at the room, see who's in there. And yeah, we have 12. So I'm going to go ahead and give them the good to go to start room. And we should be able to get started pretty soon here.
Yeah. I want to kind of highlight both these teams a little bit. So Yoshi Family Odyssey is a team that doesn't have really any hard carries or anyone that has exceptional skill for this division. But in terms of 6v6 players and playing together, they're very used to playing with each other. They have a great call that pretty much kind of carries them throughout the match. Their synergy is just insane. So that's going to play a key part in this, as well as the other team, Rotom Wash. It's essentially Team Italy. It's the best Italian players just kind of mashed into one team. And they're all really good friends as well. They all have really good synergy. So, both these teams, I think, stack up pretty well. So I think we're going to have a good match on our hands today.
100%. Getting into the first track picks here. Do not pick that. Oh, my God. All right. So
we're back in 2018 now.
Yeah. Rotom Wash has decided to go Yoshi Valley for their first race. I hate this pick.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into it too much because we're picking the track already, but I disagree with that one. I much prefer the TikTok clock option, but it is going to be Yoshi Valley to start us off. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Division 3, Yoshi Family Odyssey versus Rotom Wash. Let's get into it.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I fully expected to see Yoshi Family picking Yoshi Valley, because they're a team. Yeah, they're a team that picks that track as well. So I was surprised to see it from the other team.
And looks like we're going to have the Italians on pink Yoshi for this war. A little bit of color coordination should make it easier for us. Dugo starting off as our POV. Going to go wide. Choosing to go the normal path. Actually going to go wide for coins here with this triple greens. Don't want to accidentally hit your teammates. Yeah, the spots are very mixed at the beginning. You can see a ton of people slowing down.
Yeah, it looks like it's an early top 3 for Yoshi Family. It's going to be a top 2 only now as Dugo hits one out. Hits another out. Yeah, just out. First.
Great stuff from Dugo there.
Yeah.
Only Cynthia in first, and Dugo's going to be able to chain pretty much whatever he wants. It's going to be Red Rang, not probably able to hit Cynthia out quite yet. Not that he'd want to anyway.
Yeah. I think this is a good item to have. Blue is coming out, and that probably will land. If you don't know, if you go a certain speed around this turn, the blue will actually skip and go around you. But yeah, Cynthia getting hit there, trying to stop to hit Dugo. That was a good play.
Yeah, so Dugo now going to be in first with this ring and a red in pocket. So very strong position from him. He would have liked a blue dodge for the future because that was a very early first blue, but I mean, you can't really be a chooser in this situation, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Looks like this is fully mixed spots looking at the map. It looks like it's a 1-4-5 for Rotom Wash, but it looks like they're split 2 and 2 in the bottom 4. So no team here really needs Shock. I think Yoshi Family is just going to hope for a couple reds and shrooms to hit Dugo out of first here.
You know, and looking at the Yoshi colors on the minimap, Yoshi Family is definitely in the better position to pull Shock, and that's something that Rotom Wash should keep in mind as they're going into this lap 3.
Yeah. I think
massive breakaway though.
Yeah, enough space comes. I think Yoshi Family's probably going to want to call Shock for Dugo after set here if they do have it. Yeah, not coming in.
Either they don't have, or it's going to come after last set. We're kind of just holding our breath here, seeing what's going to happen at the end.
Yeah,
if Shock doesn't hit right after Dugo passes, then he should be able to maintain the top spot here, if not first. Shock does come in. He threw his ring, so that's going to be a Rotom Wash Shock, actually. But that was last throw. He's not going to get his ring back.
Yeah.
We see one pink Yoshi coming up, 2, 3 pink Yoshis coming up, and that might be a top 4. No, Dahlia is one of the pink Yoshi. It's going to be 1, 3, 4, 5 for Rotom Wash, I believe. Top 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. Very good race for them.
Huge race for Rotom Wash.
Yeah, that was pretty textbook, honestly. The only thing that was kind of wrinkled in that race is the fact that Yoshi Family was actually in the better Shock position for pretty much the entire time. We saw near the end of lap 2, YF had bottom 2 by quite a bit. No one else really seemed to be at distance. You might even call that a lucky Shock pull from Rotom Wash. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. I mean, I wanna say that was a late pull on that Shock because it got, Rotom Wash all after set as well. So I'm not exactly sure what their game plan was there if they had one. That's kind of why I think it might have been like a spam Shock.
Yeah. Definitely working out for them, though, so no one really wants to pick a track so far.
Yeah, I think we're maybe going to go out RWS, maybe. Yeah, still no one wants to pick a track.
We're just okay. Yeah, going for another pretty basic pick, honestly. The Trainbow for bottom spots strategy has been tried and true for a very long time. It holds less than it used to because of the smart steering strat at the beginning, but still generally pretty good for bottom spots.
Yeah, these are pretty textbook 2018 track picks, in my opinion.
And hey, Yoshi Family is a pretty textbook 2018 team. Like, they've been around forever.
Yeah,
these players have been around forever, and of course they've adapted to the new meta, but they have a strategy that works for them. They roll with it. They're a Division 3 team, despite playing with some older strategies and some older players. So can't fault them for it.
Yeah, they know what works for them. So yeah, getting into Trainbow here, Rainbow Road 64. Good track for bottom spots. So I think this is a really good crucial pick for YF. Like you said, it's kind of nerfed by the smart steering strat. They're not going for it though. That's interesting. Everyone else is though.
Yeah, Cynthia, interesting strategy. He does pull a shroom for it, so maybe that was the plan from the beginning. He's just kind of laying back, getting his 5 coins, maybe trying to get back up into the pack once the aggression from the beginning stops. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's streaming up with a red now. Gotta watch out for these nanas, and it is going to connect. So he's now with a red in a lower spot, going to be able to get it off on Dugo. So it's not the end of the world. He's back up into 6th, but only on 2 coins, and there's not many coins available on this track.
That box steal was brutal.
Yeah, Selma pulling triple greens. That could be deadly for YF here.
It looks like it might be a 1-0 right now for Rotom or Yoshi Family, because it looks like it's all Rotom Washed in like 2 to 6 spots. A lot of YF back here. Oh, maybe not actually. It looks pretty mixed. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, no one's really at shock distance. I don't know if you even really need it for either team again.
Yeah, the spots are very mixed. It is going to be first for Rotom Wash here. It's a green Yoshi in 1.
Right.
Other than that, it's very hard. I think it might actually be all YF behind him. Yeah, it is going to be likely a bottom 2 for YF here. Maybe even bottom 3, depending on how Dugo does at the end.
Yeah.
No, Dugo's actually going to fall back. I think. No, he still gets 10th. Okay. So it's going to be a 1-4, 8-9 bottom 2 for YF. And I got my colors mixed up there.
That's okay.
Rotom Wash is the pinks. So yeah, kind of the story of the race, that 1-0 for YF, not really able to
Yeah.
break into any of those mid spots.
I mean, having a couple of top spots to start the next race, I think is going to be really good for them as well. Yeah, just unfortunate that they couldn't capitalize because it looked like it was literally all Rotom Wash behind that one Yoshi family member for like the entire race.
Yeah, for sure. And okay, we're getting some 2025 track picks now.
Yeah,
The Rock Mountain pick. I know you're a fan of that. I'm not quite as big on that track as you are.
it's a good track, man. Can I say?
It's an interesting choice to switch to Scooty, specifically when Rocker's on the board, because that is like maybe the biggest top speed track in the game. Like you want to be on Teddy for that track.
True. Yeah, that was an interesting pick. There to go to Scooty. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm happy to see that we flipped to the DLC side, but these are two tracks that you don't really see super often when it comes to 6v6. Like I know some of the Rotom Wash members did come from HD, so they're pretty practiced on Waluigi Pinball.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that might work in their favor.
You're going to want to watch out for Soma and Dugo on this race specifically, again, coming from high definition. They were known for this track above pretty much all the other ones, so
right.
They're in a very good position to run this race. We are on Dugo, and he's not in the top spots quite yet. He's just getting his coin count up for now. 5, 6, 7 for Rotom Wash.
A lot of mid spots for Rotom Wash. I'm not too sure who's in the front for YF or if it's anyone. I mean, I just see the one blue Yoshi.
Cynthia with the Rang doing some work, and Dugo's not so far able to run on this track. Soma either. He's in a mid spot. So the HD pinball likers are not running it up as they would have hoped so far.
Couple reds coming out for Rotom Wash here. That's going to be brutal for YF if they can get those off. It's still looking like a lot of YF in the back, so I think that they're already looking for shock at this point.
Yeah, and a Rotom Wash member is going to take that blue from 1, so YF is going to be, I believe, 1-3 at this point. Watch out for the Nana, good avoidance.
Yeah,
it's only like 2 people from YF in the front right now, so the rest of them are going to need a shock to catch up, most likely.
Yeah, for sure. If Nico lets him pass here, he can definitely get this red out. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's worst case scenario, honestly. So it's gonna be, looks like a 2-3 right now for YF, but I think it's still 1-4 or 1-5 for Rotom Wash. Cynthia coming up with triple reds here. These reds
might
could
have been
be
trying
huge.
to predict a shock there because he was definitely high enough up that he was not going to pull another dodge.
Yeah.
But no, shock is not going to come. He's going to have one more red in 6th. And it is a Rotom Wash member in front of him. You can see on the menu.
Yeah, it's going to be just a 1-4 only for Rotom Wash right now. YF is doing some work to get up to the front now. Yeah, I think they're no longer really going for shock. I mean, the couple members are at distance, but I don't think that they could really capitalize on one if they pulled it. I think they're just going to want to try and chip away at those top spots that Rotom Wash does have right now.
Yeah, we see Marcus billing up. He's, given up on the idea of dodging. But he's up in the 5th, and he has a star. So maybe, a dodge could still happen for him.
Yeah, true. Really think this is just going to be shockless. But yeah.
Yeah, and Cynthia is gate cut by Marcus's greens here, so he's not going to get any spots on the line. He's going to get blued, actually.
Doesn't
Good
really
to not
matter.
hit Dugo. He's only going to lose spots to his teammate. That is going to be a pretty even race.
Yeah, yet again. The 1-3-4 is really, really good.
1-3-4, 8, 9, 11 for Rotom Wash. So actually a little bit better than I would have assumed. YF first at some point in there.
Yeah, I looked at the map and I think that whoever was on YF in first got double redded out, and I think that another member got hit like towards the end of the race. So I think that was a really, really good play, good coordination from Rotom Wash, if I had to guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So unfortunately, we don't have the scores updated on the stream quite yet, but I believe that Rotom Wash has put a pretty big dent in YF's score here. They're up by probably 40 to 50 at this point in the war. So YF has a bit of work to do for sure, and they haven't really gotten that good race so far to start shifting the momentum in their favor. Keep going for that rock pick. Yeah,
I like it. Yeah. I mean, I know for a fact that Cynthia likes that track. And I remember Cynthia said for the longest time that he was trying to get YF to pick it with him. and it just it never worked. But I think now we're finally warming up to it probably.
Yeah, they're in their rock era apparently.
Can't blame them. Everyone should be, honestly.
Okay, so we do have the scores updated now. It looks like, yeah, Rotom is up by about 50. So obviously that's only after 3 races. YF has a lot of time to come back, but it's a very strong start from the Italian team.
Yeah.
Cynthia with the red, he's not in an amazing place to be aggressive with it. He has teammates all around him.
Being bumped out by Zach there, that's really unfortunate. I mean,
Yeah,
they got into a really early top 3-ish.
Oh, that Nana hitting out the red.
Yeah.
That might have been his teammate's Nana. That's unfortunate. But it is going to be a lot of tops for YF.
Yeah, looks like a lot of Rotom in the back, too.
Getting bumped off a glider, though. It should be a top 3 for YF, and then Cynthia's a bit further back.
I think it's just Nico up there for them. Oh my gosh, those backs. That's crazy.
Yeah, that should have been a team kill. Let's just recognize that. But it doesn't matter. He's getting redded out anyway. So it's going to be a top 3 nothing for YF. Well, top 3, 6, 7.
Top two only.
Yeah,
top 2, 6, 7, I think, for YF right now. So Rotom did a really good job of getting to those top spots and breaking them down. Yeah. Blue coming out.
It's going to be out for YF here. Dugo taking some fire on the way, though. He's not going to get any of these coins either, so he's kind of stuck in the back with not enough coins right now. It's not a great position for his race. He
could definitely go for shock here or just troll a little bit. No, he's going to troll his mates, actually. I think that's the play here.
Hitting 2 of his teammates there.
Yeah. So, Rotom was 3 of bottom 4 going into that set, so they do have the better odds for shock.
Going for the coins, yeah, good idea. But, I mean, again, no one's really at shock distance. Dugo finally stopping for it now.
I mean, I think once again, Rotom is in the best spot in the game here. It's just like it's like a 1-5. It's like a 1-5 for YF, and Rotom is like everything else.
And this is the type of track where if you just have 1 at the end, like you're not going to hold that. Like they get any item, you're getting sniped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Getting some stream lag here, so we're gonna switch to Dugo.
Yeah, Dugo's in a pretty bad spot. Without a shock, he's not really going to be passing anyone.
Yeah, it looks like Rotom already hit out YF at the end, so it's going to be maybe just a 2-4 for YF here.
The shock does come in.
Does get a spot for one of the teammates.
Yeah. So it's going to be a 1, 3, 6, 8, 10, 12 for Rotom here. The races are getting more and more even.
Yeah.
However, YF is still not winning these races, and they're in a position where they do need to start winning some races.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's the type of race that you're kind of going to want if you want to maintain your lead if you're Rotom, but YF is going to want a little bit more than that if they're going to want to come back from this like minus 50-ish.
Yeah, exactly. Rotom obviously starting off the war very strong. And now the war is, back and forth. The teams are getting very even races, but if you're starting off plus 50, it doesn't matter if all the races afterwards are even. It just means you're going to lose by 50, right? YF does need to start getting some big races here if they want to take back the lead and win this war. They're going to go for their classic, the Shy Guy Falls pick. I hate to keep bringing it up, but they have been picking this track since 2018, and they've always been the only team that picks it. So they have a very distinct advantage on Shy Guy Falls, and it is going to get the pick. So this could be the opportunity that YF needs to start turning this war around.
Right. Yeah, Shy Guy Falls and I think Big Blue were like 2 main YF picks that have kind of just like been mainstays since 2018.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm really, really excited to see how YF plays this because, I mean, I don't know. I don't know any other team that picks this as much as them. So they're still picking it, and they must be pretty good at it, yeah.
Dugo going to get bumped out right away, but he's going to red Equinox in return, so it's going to be one person from each team kind of dead at the beginning. Cynthia dead as well, so more YF. Nice trail. He's going to get backed in return. Yeah. So we have a pretty far back bottom 3 starting.
These 3 people are going to stay in the back, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, someone's got to stay back, someone's got to do it. So, still looks like a top 3, maybe top 4 for YF. So, if they have these two back here, I think that's a really
Dugo
really
getting
good
hit
team to be in.
once again, and he's not going for double, so he's not specifically shock bagging yet. They definitely do want someone back there.
I think they should be, yeah.
And
Well, there's two people without dodges that
yeah.
are stopping, yeah.
Yeah. He's going to
Dude,
pull
we're gonna
blue.
run
That's
this
not what he wanted. Obviously, the blue is good to get YF out, but he's going to want to have a dodge, and now he's just stuck in the back once again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, blue gonna come out. It's literally just that one Rotom Wash member that's up there right now.
Yeah, this is looking very good for YF unless a shock comes into Rotom Wash's possession here. Yeah, if you're YF, you're kind of just holding your breath for the entire rest of the race. Like,
yeah,
you've set your spots up in such a way that Rotom Wash has the shock advantage for the entire race. So you just need to hope they don't pull at this point.
Yeah, so Zach is going to be here trolling with the red. He actually does land it. It's a pretty good play from him.
Not able to get out of these bottom spots whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a lot of Rotom Wash back here.
He is going to troll Marcus. So yeah, YF doing a really good job here of keeping Rotom Wash in the back.
Yeah, forcing a dodge. Shock here is possible for a Rotom Wash, as there are a lot of bottoms still.
That build pull is very good. I think even with Shock, YF probably gets either first or top 2 at this point in the race.
Yeah.
But Dugo could do some damage with the build for sure.
YF is like almost top 5 here. Yeah, I think YF is just getting top 5, top 4.
Yeah, and Dugo only going to pass his teammates. Shock comes out way too late. That was probably pulled at last set. That's going to be a top 4 for YF, I believe.
Yeah.
See what the spots are officially. Yeah, top 4, 9, 10 for YF. So that is exactly the momentum shift that they needed. That's why they picked that track.
Yep, exactly. I mean, we see it. You know, they dominated the front. They got into like top 4, 1, 3, 4, 5 very easily, and then they also had 2 in the back. So I think that's the way you want to play that track. You know?
Yeah. The schlag work from YF's pack members there was incredibly well done. Like Dugo kept trying to catch up, holding dodges, and he just couldn't do it. Like,
yeah, totally.
Set after set after set, he gets into 9th, doesn't pull a dodge, he like gets 4 shrooms, and then immediately gets trolled out back to 9th by the next set. Like it was textbook from YF there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like this pick from Rotom Wash, the Tokyo Blur pick. This is kind of the third option for most teams in terms of bottom spot tracks. I think most people will go for Trainbow and then Singapore before this one.
Right.
So a lot of teams have less practice on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is going to be TikTok, and that's a really good opportunity for YF to capitalize on the momentum shift that they just got.
Yeah, Tokyo is a really good track for bottoms for sure. We know how to play it. Rotom Wash is definitely one of those teams. But it doesn't matter. We're getting TikTok. Gotta get YF's runner here.
And Dugo being the top spot, I think he needs to go mid path here and just hope he doesn't get bumped off. He's the only one who's in a great spot to contest these top spots. He's going to miss the first trick, lose some time, but he's going to draft, be in 7th, lucky to still be on the track. But that should still be a lot of YF in the front.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Oh, lucky to not get trailed there as well, just taking each other's trails.
That was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's a 4, 5, 6-ish for YF, just as I say that they're getting hit out.
Yeah, it's all mid spots for Rotom Wash here. Still a 1, 3, top 2, 4 actually for YF.
Yeah. Rotom Wash putting a lot of pressure on the top spots for YF, and just like that, I think they're just 1 only up there.
Yeah, once again, YF is very familiar with the 1-0 position so far this year.
Bomb coming out doesn't matter. I mean, it's still 2 to 6 for Rotom Wash.
A little bit of a team kill there. Unfortunate for Dugo. But, I mean, yeah, like, YF is pretty much bottom 5. Like, they're pretty close.
Yeah. Their first is gone, but it doesn't matter if that's all that you have up there.
And they do have 6th. They are 5th with Kaspar.
Yeah. Kaspar could have put in some work with those greens, but unfortunately they got stolen.
Yeah, and even though Kaspar's up there now, the Rotom Wash member in 2nd has kind of every opportunity in the world to try to red out that first. He has his mates behind him. There's no reason to hold on to red shells.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the reds were coming out, but they're just not connecting. It looks like that YF member is still just gone in first now.
Yeah, and
I think they
Rotom
need
is
to
running
have
out of
that
time here because the lag at the end of this track means that he's probably safe once he gets to this turn now. So that should be a first for YF. Black
Yeah.
Yoshi in second. That could be a top 2. Cut coming out. Could be even a top 3. We'll see with the lag what the spots actually are. Maybe 1-3 for YF.
Yeah, looks like a 1-3. A top
2-4 actually.
Much better race. The bottom 2 hurts, but the top 2-4 is really, really good for YF here.
Yeah, kind of an unexpected race for YF. That was looking like the type of race where, I mean, the first is just going to get hit out, right? But second must have not been pulling the reds that he needed. Maybe they just, maybe the guy in first just kept pulling protection. I don't know, but not only did he manage to keep it, but his teammates managed to get up in there and turn it into a top 2-4 by the end.
Right. I mean, it did look like just one red was coming out at once, so maybe they never pulled that like double reds, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, both of these teams, they love picking base game.
True.
There's only a few specific tracks that each of them are going, like, you know, as pocket picks, tracks that they think the other team won't be good on. Like specifically pinball out of Rotom.
Right.
Other than that, they're going with like the textbook picks, like what you should pick for certain spots before the DLC started coming out.
Yeah. I kind of like that though.
Yeah, it's like being good at the fundamentals, you know? Like if you're good at all of the common tracks, then I mean you're gonna play more than a lot of other tracks, right?
Yeah, yeah. You know, I mean, Rotom was up a lot for most of this war, but we have a close match going on. Like it's only an 18-point differential, so no one's really running away with it quite yet.
Yeah, Rotom was running away with it at the beginning for sure, but YF with a couple good races definitely still in this war.
Yeah, YF is not a team to give up after a couple bad races, for sure.
Absolutely not. Once again, it's going to be all Rotom in the middle. Dugo probably going to do some trolling with this red. No, he's just going to try backing him instead.
That's still a pretty early top 3 for YF, though. It's going to be good on this track.
Yeah, once the spots are established here, it's very hard to get rid of them without a shock. So if you're top 3 at this point, you're probably maintaining at least one of those spots.
Right, right. Yeah, if they could coordinate these reds, I think it would be really good. Yeah, so it's just the top 2 now for YF.
Yeah,
gonna have to play patient here.
For Rotom. It's looking like a 6, 7, 8 for YF as well, though. So the spot is still pretty bad for Rotom here. If we get backed by Yugo.
That was a really crucial back. Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, the fire could have done some damage, but avoiding disaster for sure.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, whoever's in YF is just gone, but it's all Rotom behind that top 2.
We do have the one YF member far back in last. Cynthia and Caspar back here as well. So they've definitely lost a lot of their presence. Dugo pulling a bill, that's very good for the end of his race. And it's all YF in front of him.
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to pass all these guys.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't end too early. Yeah, it does a little bit.
It does end too early, but is he going to lose spots for it? Yeah, he's
going to get 1 to YF.
Caspar. Yeah. So it's going to be a 1-4-5, 7-9, 12 for YF. That's a very even race. I think it's a slight YF win.
I think so. Yeah. Very, very slight though.
It is still kind of the same story. If you're Rotom, you're going to take those pretty much tied races because you're still ahead, right? YF is definitely going to need another one of those Shy Guy Falls type races if they want to really take control of this war. But they are doing a good job of staying in it, you know?
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, you know, once again, that one YF member was doing a really, really good job of just holding down the front because I think, you know, when it all came down to it, like they needed that person to stay alive.
It is pretty much every single race. Like there's one guy from YF who's first, and he's not losing first.
Yeah. No, Rotom is really, really good at like putting the pressure on the other team. And I mean, I can tell that from when I played with them. Like they're really, really good at kind of like holding those mid spots and really coordinating their item plays to kind of pressure you out of the top spots.
100%. We are going to be going to PPS here. We do have Yoshi Bikers in 1-4 from Yoshi Family, so good track pick from them.
Mm-hmm.
And first is actually going to burn out, so that is very rough from YF. It kind of defeats the whole purpose of them picking this track.
Right.
Dugo, one thing I've noticed about his gameplay is that he loves going wide at the beginning, and that does a few things. That keeps him safe, so he's not going to be in like a bottom spot.
Yeah.
And it means he's more likely to pull these super aggressive items, and that's his bread and butter, right? He's a Schleg kind of player. He's always been that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not working out for him this race. He's going to be back in 11th without really any coins either.
Yeah. It's such an underrated position to play, you know, because a lot of people, they either want a hard run or they want a hard bag, but people don't really commit to like pulling the items to like schlag in the pack a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I think that's important to be able to do.
Yeah, again, he is going to be back in 11th here and still not really with a good coin count. Going middle here to get a few. And unfortunately forced to bill, so he's not really at a shock bagging position either.
Yeah. We do have 2 of each team back here, which is good. But yeah, it's going to be YF probably wants the shock a little bit more since Rotom Wash is top 2 here.
Yeah, and we'll see what the spots are looking like after the cut on this lap. He used to start early. Yeah, predicting a shock. I think that was probably YF.
I want to say so. I'm looking at the map, and I think quite a few of them dodged.
So obviously Dugo predicting that shock, but YFL getting into set and having a lot of dodges of their own. Dahlia up there in a star. Cynthia, no item in 4.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that trail. Yeah, it's a lot of YF up here after that shock.
Yeah, that was a really crucial trail on Dugo, and the backfire as well. YF is doing a really good job of keeping Dugo in these bottom spots specifically, and he might be the most dangerous member of Rotom Wash. So that's a very good strategy from them.
Definitely true. Wow.
Once again, Dugo.
Yeah. You know, it's not as much YF in the front as you would expect to see after that shock. It's literally just one of them up here.
We'll see what happens after the cut here. It's obviously going to be first for YF.
Yeah.
Blue Yoshi getting hit out on the line. It's going to be a 1-5. 7, 8, 9, 12 for YF. That is another very, very close race.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a bummer race when you pull shock, and honestly, it looked like a really, really good shock. It just, you know, sucks. I think, once again, they were subject to Rotom Wash's aggression in the mid-pack.
Yeah. It almost makes you wonder if they're expending too much of their effort on keeping Dugo in the back, you know?
That might be true, yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously, Dugo is not having a very fun war right now. He's getting hit out, like, all the time. But if the rest of his teammates aren't getting hit out, then they're going to get those 2, 3, 4s.
Right.
And YF really wants that Rock pick.
True.
You know, likewise, Rotomosh really wants that Ribbon Road pick. They've been picking both of these tracks for like a lot of races.
Yeah. I mean, I would have expected to see Tokyo from Rotom Wash, but I think they have maybe too many top spots.
Yeah, it was only a +4 race for them there. So
yeah.
Not bad enough for Tokyo.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Ribbon Road here. This is another track that people don't really play very often, so I think Rotomosh is hoping to catch YF off guard, probably do some smart steering strats that YF won't know.
I think that's a fair take, yeah.
Dugo going to burn out, though.
Yeah.
Equinox as well, so 2 people pretty far back right at the beginning. I mean, they're both pulling shrooms here, so maybe they can catch back up to the pack.
Looks like Equinox has been kind of like the main bagger for YF this whole war so far. He's been in the back like every race.
Yeah,
I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure if that's like the role that he plays usually or not, but it's interesting.
Dugo back up into a mid spot with a shroom here, so he's in a good position to be running after this cut. Bomb gonna hit out Yugo. Very nice from Marcus. Can't utilize this horn. He's right on top of his mate, and he's gonna get green for it.
Oh,
that was a good play from YF there.
Yeah, yeah, and it forces him to not be able to horn because his mate's there. I like that.
Either he gets greened or he horns his teammate. There's no winning situation there for Rotomosh.
Yeah, it's Dugo getting hit to the back yet again.
Yeah. And he's gonna go super wide here, trying to stay in that shock pulling position. Soma and Gecko back here as well.
All of a sudden, it's a lot of Rotom Wash back here. I think they definitely need Shock more than YF would.
Yeah, watch for these mid spots. Yeah, Rotom Wash taking cut into second. 1-3-4 for YF. And Dugo with a star and 8, so if his mates do pull Shock, he's in a very good position.
Shock could be possible after this kill.
He will star up here. Maybe it's going to come at the end of his star if Rotom Wash has it. Yeah. I think at this point we can say they don't have Shock. Yeah, so top 3 for YF. 2 Shrooms from Dugo, though. He should be able to take over one of these top spots.
Yeah, definitely. Depends on what...
Oh, unless Cynthia has anything to say about it. Oh my god.
Wow.
Good. Really good back. That's going to be a top 3 for YF.
Top 3, 5, yeah. Oh my gosh.
5, 6, huge 8 race for YF. Huge backfire from Rotom Wash's track pick.
Yeah.
That should mean that YF is leading at this point.
That might flip it, yeah. Yeah.
Wow. That was an absolutely massive back from Cynthia. And it was risky as hell too, because his teammate was right on top of Dugo there. That was a make or break backspin for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can see that Dugo was trying really, really hard to outline Equinox there. And I'm sure Equinox, either Equinox or Cynthia called to back there, and it just paid off so well, because you could back right there, have your teammate go wide, and that guy's just gone because he's trying to take the fast line to try and get in front of you, so you know where he's going to be.
Yeah. Where are we playing Snowland? I don't want to talk about it.
So
YF is now up 14 after being down literally the entire war so far.
Yeah, that is going to flip it to just about as much as the Rotom Watch was up before that race. Huge backfire on that track pick, honestly. That's a bummer if you're Rotom Watch.
Yeah, this is definitely the pick that they would have wanted. If we were playing Paris right now, like YF chose, then that's an opportunity for them to just win the war straight up.
Yeah, oh for sure.
But all of the spots are reset pretty much on this track, so Rotom Watch gets an opportunity here to kind of get things back even or even in their favor. It is going to be a top 3 for YF starting off here. It's more runners than I would put on this track, and Dugo's just going to take this red to hold his star. I like that.
Yeah, I do too. I think especially since Rotom Wash has more in the back, you're going to want to hold that star.
Yeah.
Shock is very, very likely from your team. Well. Honestly, this is a top 3 for YF, and then they also have 2 in the back. So this could be a really good spot for them. But, on the other side... Yeah, on the other side, if YF pulls Shock, they don't really have a good place to use it.
And Rotom Wash has all of the dodges. They've stars in 5-6.
Yeah.
The race is definitely set up better than YF's here.
For sure.
The fire, though, Dugo, going to be gone. Holding the star in 8th now. That's much less potent than it was before.
Yeah, YF just going to throw blue there.
Yeah, I mean, Caspar needs to take cut. I think that's the necessary sacrifice, honestly.
For sure. Well, it looks like that one member had dodge for the blue, so.
Yeah, there you go. Dugo with the ghost in 7. He should be safe here, but looking kind of shockless. And the bomb!
That bomb hit 2 Rotom Wash members. It's going to be only a 3-4, though, for YF.
Yeah, top 2 from Rotom Wash. Top 2-4 for Rotom Wash.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they would have wanted from that track.
Yeah. Huge swing back from Rotom Wash for sure.
So let's see what the other spots are. It's a top 2, 4, 6, 7 last. Last kind of kills it, but that is going to make it pretty much even again.
Wow. Yeah, we have a war. We do have a war.
We have a bit of a war.
Yeah.
Things are getting juicy here. We have 2 races left. It's basically a tie war. Yeah, anything can happen, man. Wait for the scores to come here to say, exactly what the situation is. So it's going to be a plus 18 for Rotom Wash. They're up 4 overall now with 2 left. I mean, we're basically playing a true race war. Like anything can happen.
Right, yeah.
And I like the Singapore pick from YF. Singapore is my first choice for bottom spot track over Trainbow for sure. Even So
Right.
I think that that's a track that they can really capitalize on. And then likewise with Hyrule, Rotom has a lot of shroom spots here, so they should be able to maintain their top spots as well as get more people up in the front right away.
Hmm.
You do need to watch out for YF in 3, 5, 8, 9 though. All 4 of those spots can potentially pull shrooms and disrupt those top spots.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the double-edged sword of pulling this or picking this track. You know, that the shroom spots at the beginning are just super powerful.
Dugo not going to pull a red. Or not going to pull a shroom, I mean.
They did trail the one YF member up there out, so it's going to be a lot of Rotom Wash up here, and I think YF is already going to be going for shock at this point.
Dahlia stopping,
Mhm.
as well as the YF member already in last. It's going to be
Yeah.
4 a bottom 5 for YF, and like top 2, 4 for Rotom Wash, it looks like. Top 3 now?
Top everything. Yeah, they need shock bad.
Yeah, Dugo going to stay back with them. Good idea from him. But he's going to pull a Bill right away. He can't stay back. That's dangerous because that bottom 2 from YF is that shock distance, and Dugo can't see what they have.
Yeah, that's really, really bad for Rotom Wash.
Yeah, that's one of the worst possible pulls that Dugo could have gotten for sure.
Yeah, does steal one of YF's stars though. But yeah, I mean, he might want to stay back a little bit farther here, honestly. Try and take double from them, do a little trolling. Yeah, does take double and does troll. So
this is absolutely the most useful thing that Dugo can do in this race right now. His mates are all running. He needs to see if YF is pulling shock, and he needs to make sure that if they do pull shock, they're not gaining from it.
Right. Yeah, these 3 members from YF are very, very far back at this point.
Yeah, even if YF pulls it, they're probably not taking over all of Rotom Wash's top spots.
Mm-hmm.
That might be shock from Dahlia. I couldn't quite see.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
It would come now if they had it. So I think it's that
I think
is
that's
a
star.
from Dahlia.
Star, yeah.
YF is not going to have shock. Rotom Wash is top 5. This could seal the war right here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Rotom Wash holding their breath right now. If a shock comes, it's still going to be a very good race for them. But it's too late. It's going to be a top 5 for Rotom Wash. This could end the war. No, Dugo getting 11th. It's going to be high plus 30s overall for Rotom Wash.
And huge,
top 5,
huge race
11. Massive race from Rotom Wash. This is pretty much over. YF needs to do a lot. They have 1 race left. They're basically down 40. They need top everything this next race. Very, very good stuff from Rotom Wash.
Yeah. Huge running ability on that track. And, you know, it's just really unfortunate that YF couldn't pull the shock they desperately needed. But, you know, I mean, they had Dugo back there, and Dugo was doing a lot of work to nullify anything the shock could have done.
Yeah.
I think that was really powerful for them.
It's crazy to say, right? Like when your teammates are running in top 5, that the person in 10th the entire race is the MVP. But like he was doing everything that he had to do there. Like he was making sure YF couldn't pull. If they did pull, Rotom Wash would have known about it. And he was making sure that YF couldn't carry dodges up. Like that was
totally.
textbook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's going to be a plus 34 for Rotom Wash right now going into the last race. So YF needs something huge if they want to.
They need like top 5, 8 to top.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's possible. It's possible, but Big Blue might be the track that it happens on too. So it's not quite over yet.
Anything could happen on this track for sure. And this is the track that YF is very, very experienced on. So
yeah, like you said earlier, they've been picking this one since 2018 as well.
Yeah, I was going to be surprised if they didn't pull this one out this far, honestly.
Yeah, this is the race 12 pick, I think. Anything can happen here.
Absolutely.
Dugo, once again, taking these safe lines at the beginning. I really like his strategy for the beginning of races.
Yeah, same here.
Multi-Immune first, Dugo cutting up as well. So it's going to be Dahlia in second, Dugo with a Nana in 1. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Is Dugo running gonna win them the war? I don't know. We'll see.
He's gonna back his mate. They do just need 1 top spot here, so that's not actually the end of the world. But I think we can't say anything about the positioning on this race until after Glider set, because a shock there is going to completely flip this race on its head.
Definitely, yeah. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see any of those bid spots from any other POV. Bomb here is huge. This could be really, really good.
The Red coming in for... No! Red's going to skip and hit Dugo. That's so unlucky for him. Red's going to come and hit Dahlia anyway.
Wow.
But he lost a lot of time. Bomb's going to come back here.
Yeah,
He's probably going to hit both of that 2-3. Yeah.
No, yeah, that bomb was huge.
If shot comes, it needs to come after this set. I think that's YF's only chance of winning. If it doesn't happen right now, I'm willing to call it for Rotom. I think this is going to be a win for them.
Yeah, this will be it for them.
Dugo making it past last set. Marcus is in the dodge in second. It's too late for YF. This is going to be a win for Rotom Wash. Congratulations. Very well played, War.
Yeah, what a war. Oh my god, it really came down to those last two races. Like you said, it was kind of a two-race war.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know what? YF made him work for it. They made him work for it. They were down 50 after 3, and they got back, and they were winning after 9. That was a nail-biter for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, my nails are gone at this point. So yeah, I mean, congratulations, Rotom Wash. That was amazingly well fought on both sides. That was so fun to watch and to cast.
You know what the craziest part of all of that is that at the end of the day, it's a plus 58 for Rotom Wash. That it didn't look close at all. But
yeah.
You all were here. You saw this. This was a very, very close war. Either team could have won that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Plus, what is that? I can't do quick math. That's a plus, what, 72 in the last 3 races for Rotom Wash?
Oh my gosh. Plus 72 last 3. It's a plus 68 last GP for Rotom Wash. Just absolutely dominant at the end when it matters the most. That was a fun one.
Yeah, well, thank you all for joining us. It was such a fun match to cast. Do we have any announcements, by the way?
I don't believe we do. So I'll just say thank you all for watching. That was a very good time. I'm glad that you could join us for it.
Yeah.
We will see you guys next week.
Yep, sounds good.